I'd like to add my voice to the welcomes. And my name is Joe Flessa. I'm an assistant professor in policy and politics here at OISE in the Department of Theory and Policy Studies. And as often happens, I'm the least important person on the panel, but the one with the most power. I'm the person who will be keeping track of time and will be sort of keeping the flow of the afternoon going. I wanted to give you a little bit of an overview of what we're up to. What we're going to have is about 45 minutes of talking from the panelists. Each panelist has prepared about 5 minutes of things to say. We've brought together a wide variety, a set of multiple perspectives on this issue. What we're doing here today is confronting the undeniable empirical reality of homophobic and transphobic bullying in Canadian schools. And a goal of a panel like this is to shed light on this issue from multiple perspectives, and by doing that, to identify multiple places for us to intervene, as well as to talk about that as we do this work, where we encounter allies and where we encounter obstacles. So I'll be doing the timekeeping. I'll pass the panelists a 2-minute warning to let them know that their time is running out. And after the panelists speak, we'll have about 30 minutes for discussion and question time from you all in the audience to any of the panelists here. And after that, hopefully around 7 o'clock, what we intend to do is to break and go around the corner. Still here in the library, there will be refreshments. And in a moment like this, there's a lot of shared knowledge and experience and collective sort of goodwill. So take advantage of the hour that we've got from 7 to 8 to actually talk to one another and hopefully move some of what we hear forward into action. I'm going to do introductions now of the panelists, and I'm going to apologize in advance for mispronunciations or oversights. It's my fault completely. First, I'm going to introduce Tracy Peter. Dr. Tracy Peter is an assistant professor in the Department of Sociology at the University of Manitoba. Her research interests include research methods, statistics, mental health, trauma and violence, suicide prevention, social inequality, and feminist criminology. This is Tracy. The next person I'm going to introduce is Liz Sandals, who's an MPP. Liz Sandals is the parliamentary assistant to the Minister of Education and the chair of the Safe Schools Action Team. The next person is, on the panel here is Amy Gottlieb. Amy has had the honor of teaching teenagers for the past 10 years and is an initiator and staff advisor to the Anti-Homophobia Alliance in Victoria Park Collegiate. In her teaching and her work with AHA, she hopes to open up spaces for discussing and challenging narrow definitions of gender and sexuality. As school equity rep and chair of the equity committee at her school, she's involved in developing school-based equity initiatives and curriculum that includes multiple and intersecting identities. Our next panelist is Jim Giles, who's currently on secondment from the TDSB with the Elementary Teachers Federation of Ontario and Professional Services, working on ETFO's poverty and education projects. Jim has been an elementary teacher for over 20 years for the Peel and Toronto District School Boards, leading workshops in the arts and social justice issues. Jim is pleased to bring an elementary teaching perspective to the panel this evening. Following Jim is Tara Goldstein. I know Tara, but I want to read this very carefully. Tara Goldstein is professor and chair of the Department of Curriculum, Teaching and Learning at the Ontario Institute for Studies in Education at the University of Toronto. Her teaching and research interests include working towards equity in education, the schooling of immigrant adolescents in multilingual communities, schooling and sexuality, anti-homophobia education, ethnographic playwriting, and performed ethnography. In 2005, Tara won the Activist Scholarship Award from the American Educational Research Association Queer Special Interest Group. And our final panelist is a student in the Triangle program in the TDSB. David Jason is in his 3rd year in the Triangle program, and he brings an important student voice to this panel. Thank you very much for your attention, and I look forward, I'm going to pass the mic now. Oh, just one last thing that I was asked to highlight. We are live webcasting at this time, and we've got audience in, I'm told, in Newfoundland, in Alberta, in Cape Town, South Africa, and if friends of mine answered their email, they'll be watching from Guadalajara, Mexico. So.